Hello everyone, welcome. This is the Voice of Eve. Our topic today is women and vacation. Please stay tuned with us, we will soon be back. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Should taking real vacations away from busy schedules be a luxury or a vital necessity for Nigerians, especially women? Is what we call vacation real vacation or something else? For instance, like herding children, crying children, sometimes toddlers, along with us and boarding an aeroplane to go somewhere. Is that a vacation? In this episode, we will be hearing from some experts and also looking around us outside the studio to see what we've got. Please join us. I am Dr. Violet Arene. Madam, Mrs. Adeola Yesufu.
Yes.
Thank you so much for inviting me to your beautiful home and garden.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
It's so beautiful, so peaceful out here. I love your flowers.
Thank you.
And you must be enjoying a lot of peace living in this type of environment.
I try to. I try to.
I imagine that some evenings you put out your garden chairs and
absolutely.
And you sit down here
that's the whole idea.
Take fresh air.
Yes, please.
Which sometimes you don't get.
I do get them here from time to time.
Get it.
Yes.
It's so nice. I love these wall, climbers.
Thank you.
And I think that one is edible too.
Yes, very much so.
It's so lovely here and
you.
so peaceful.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm so delighted to be in your home for
You're
this
most
interview.
welcome. You're most welcome.
Maybe we can sit down a while and talk about. Welcome back. If you're just joining us for the first time, this is the Voice of Eve. We are highly privileged to be in the home of one of the most prominent Nigerian women, and a beautiful one for that matter, who will talk to us about the topic of today, women and vacation. Her name is Mrs. Adeola Yesufu. Madam, it is a real pleasure. We're so delighted to be invited by you into your home and your beautiful garden to interview you on the topic of women and vacation.
The pleasure is mine, and you're very welcome.
How did you come into this business?
Very good question. I started work in UTA French Airlines way back in 1979, and that's where I cut my teeth in aviation. Of course, we later became Air France, and I worked in that system for 25 years. And post retirement, all years added together, I think I've been in the industry for like 35 years now.
The general impression is that life in our environment is quite stressful, full of struggles and tension. Yet, many Nigerians, especially women, do not seem to have gotten their priorities right in making time for vacation away from work. Is this your impression too?
Yes, that's my impression, but I'll just give a little, my own personal view for the reasons that are responsible for the issues you just raised. Conventionally, when you work, you have statutorily 20 days off work per annum to go on vacation. That is entrenched in the law, I think, globally. But here in Nigeria, it is considered a luxury because expenses of daily living and all that comes with it does not measure up with the kind of salary or income that they have. So therefore, they consider vacationing a luxury. And therefore, people look at it as, what do I need a vacation for? And that's restricting this to the bracket of the working class people. So some of them don't see vacation as something too important. It's just a luxury. People don't think that holidaying is leaving your home and taking a rest somewhere, away from your, your daily schedules, official schedules. They think traveling out of your home into another environment is about changing environment, and then the next thing you see is that they go shopping from day one to day end. I'll give you an example. A family of 5 maybe leaves home to go on vacation to England, France, or wherever. Before they leave home, they are bothered about where they will stay, how much they will need, and all of that. But the moment they land, the same chores that the woman performs in the home is what is replicated during vacation. And then you wonder, what is the meaning of this? All you have done, you have changed location. You have not gone on vacation. Whereas a vacation should and ought to be leaving home, planning ahead. Of course, you plan ahead. Leaving all the daily chores that you perform as a woman back home, your husband, your children, or if you like 2 of you, whatever, you go away and plan to enjoy day one to day end. You go to cinemas, you go to nightclubs if you feel like it, you go to some retreats, and then you just don't go to the kitchen cooking anything. You're just on vacation, relaxing and taking the stress of daily life out of your system. Nigerians don't have that culture. What they do is they go here, look for a friend or a family where they can hang in, and then calculate from the first dollar to the last one, and then they go from 9 o'clock in the morning, they shop until they drop dead, and they come back home when the shops are closed, and they are tired. And of course, on return, they are more tired than when they left home. So vacation is not so much the culture of the African man. It's just like leaving one place. You have saved enough money to go and spend at the other end, and you come back with all the bags.
All the bags.
All the bags, and that's it. I was guilty of that at some point, but now I know better.
You know better.
Yes, I do. I think it's important for people to know that you don't have to go to the US to have a good holiday. Next door in Ghana, you can do that. The Gambia is a fantastic holiday resort. I mean, these people are less than 2 million in population, but all year round, they have a beautiful beach. You have Europeans coming for 6 months of the year into that place. And so we have a lot of, programs that we organize for people. We take them either for seminars or for vacation. Go to Togo is the same thing, and, up until the Senegal. That's talking of the West Coast now. In France, naturally, we have so many resorts. South of France, wherever you want.
But do you have the packages for Nigeria's locality?
Yes, we do.
Like where?
We have in Obudu.
Obudu.
We have in Ikogosi, in Ekiti State. We have in Abeokuta here, just next door. People can really get away. It's a function of the mind.
What is this Ikogosi?
The warm spring, the only one in Africa. Beautiful place. The governor is doing a fantastic job there now. He's done chalets, and you go there, you'll be amazed at what you can find. Just tucked away in between the mountains and the hills. Nice topography, an environment for you to reflect and rejuvenate. Beautiful place. Yes.
And of course, no shopping.
No shopping. The only shopping you can do in that place is go for bushmeat. And you go walking on the, in the valleys and the mountains. Good exercise for you.
No, you take bushmeat when you are going. You can't put it in your hotel.
They would cook for you and bring it. It's part of the menu. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, pounded yam. If you want pounded yam 3 times in a day, you can get that in the kitchen for sure. But honestly, it's a good place to go and enjoy your vacation. I mean, you have the Arene Falls also in Osun State. You can go. I think there are a few chalets around there for holiday. I mean, a holiday should be a natural thing, just breaking away. It may just be for 5 days. It may just be for a week. Just break away from your routine and go there, and you'll be amazed at the kind of feeling you come back with. So we have local packages for those who want to stay local.
How have you been taking care of women? Have they been coming forward for vacations?
Some do come. But the women on their own, going on holidays, we want to take their children, for those who still have young children. We do arrange homes for them, service apartments. That's talking about Europe now. But locally, of course, you still have to be in hotels. The the culture of service apartments in those holiday environments locally are not there yet, but the hotel rooms and are there. And so if the women, when they come, we give them what we have. Some of them say, okay, I can't go alone, I have to go with my family. I say, well, it's up to you. But in some, we try to tell them.
If they have to come with children, what does it do to their vacation?
If you ask me sincerely, going on holiday with children is not a holiday.
That is for a woman.
For a woman. That's no vacation.
With a 2-year-old.
With the 3-year-old or 5, I did it in the past and I came back worse for it. It's no holiday, it's just going shopping.
It's good.
Yes. What you see for women, what we try to advise them to do, especially young mothers, if you have a good nanny or your parents are still there, your grandmas are there to take care of the home front while you take your husband and go on a vacation. That's the ideal thing to do.
Yes.
If you are going on a family tour, it's a different thing. It's not a vacation. It's just a family thing, So for them, we advise, if you want to enjoy your time out, maybe a week, maybe 2, have a homestead that is protected by your granny, your grannies or your nannies. Take a short break and then you come back. We advise, we counsel. It's important for a woman to take a break, matter of fact.
I think that is what
very, very
I
important.
think every woman out there should know that
yes.
it is important for a woman to take a break.
Yes.
To recover your sanity,
yes.
to refresh,
yes.
and to rejuvenate. And definitely you will come back. The woman will come back better off and more productive and more useful and happier. And everybody around her will enjoy her more than when she goes to pieces and yelling because she's stressed out.
Right.
Thank you, madam.
My pleasure.
It's a pleasure hearing from you, from your wealth of experience. And you are a role model of a relaxed woman.
Thank you.
And thank you so much.
You're most welcome, ma'am.
Hello, everyone there.
Hello.
We are out of the studio. We are here at the beach, and you will get to know the name of the beach. The idea is to let everyone out there to know that we have very beautiful holiday resorts here where families can come affordably and spend very good time. And I spend all the money here in Nigeria, make everybody here happy instead of struggling to go somewhere else. What is the name of this place?
Yeah, you are in Eleko Beach, Imsba.
Eleko Beach?
Yeah, Eleko Beach, Imsba.
All right, okay, very good. It is beautiful out here. Tell us, can we spend real vacation here?
Yeah, in Eleko Beach. You can come with the family, you enjoy so many fun, you catch so many fun over here. We have good security, maximum security for you, and you have fun with your family and go home with a happy mind.
You are here for vacation with your kids, your family. Tell us about this place.
This place is very good. We used to come here in weekend to take our weekend to come and play here. You can come here for vacations.
Can you spend some days here?
Sure, why not? At least 1 month.
1 month. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, welcome.
Hello. Hello,
Welcome.
Dr. Akudo.
Hello.
Anyang.
Yes.
This is your wonderful office.
Yes.
Thank you for
Thank
inviting
you.
me
Welcome.
to your office.
You're very welcome to Friends Africa.
Okay, thank
All
you
right.
so much. Thank you so much. Wow. Hello, everyone. Welcome. If you're just joining us for the first time, this is the Voice of Eve. Our topic is women and vacation. That is women and taking vacations. We are off the studio today. We are in the office of a public health specialist to hear from her the health aspects of taking vacation for women. Please join us. Dr. Akudo Ikemba, Anyanwu Ikemba.
Yes.
I think I got it right.
You did.
You are a public health specialist, a renowned one for that matter. You are a member of the council for rollback malaria
That's right.
in this country or in the whole of Africa?
It's a global board.
It's a global board.
Yes.
And you are the CEO of Friends Africa.
Yes.
And you are a multiple award winner. If we begin to enumerate your awards, we probably will spend maybe 10 minutes doing that. Obviously, you're a global leader, not only in health, but in other social areas. Thank you for granting us the opportunity to interview you, to support our advocacy for women taking vacation. Yes.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. What are the health benefits for women and for everybody else taking vacation? We want to do some advocacy.
Sure. You know, I think if we just look at our society, we have a society where vacation is not a mainstay. People tend to work around the year and spend certain festive periods taking what they think is a vacation, but it's not really a vacation. So we've got the traditional periods of Easter, Christmas, and a few different scattered holidays in between, where essentially what we see is that families engage with other families. They go home to the village, or they stay and they take care of family members. They have large parties where they call people together, and in fact they overwork themselves in the process of taking what they think is a vacation. So what I would like to see is a situation where locally here in Nigeria, we explore what it really means to be on vacation. I mean, vacation in my mind is a situation where you're not in your daily routine, you actually get good rest. Rest, i.e. sleeping for longer than usual, eating well, exercising, taking care of oneself, grooming, and then also making sure other family members are partaking in the same. But that's not what we see happening. What we see is women actually get overworked during those periods when they're supposed to be resting.
Yes, you are perfectly right. I agree with you. But why should it not be a luxury, but a necessity for women to take vacation?
It's a necessity because the body needs to replenish itself. The body needs to recuperate. The body needs adequate sleep, adequate water, good food to be able to get boosted up again to then face work. And instead of that, in our local environment here, because of the stress that we face, we're often in what is technically called, or what I would like to use as an example would be fight or flight response. And so the fight or flight response is biologically the response where the body is able to do more than it should actually do. This is the traditional example of a person meeting the saber-toothed tiger and is able to run faster than the human body can actually run. Or the traditional example of a baby being left under the car and the mother showing up, finding the car on top of the baby and being able to lift up that car. And this is extraordinary strength to be able to do that, not the norm. Because of the daily stressors in our environment, we find that our people, and especially our women, are often in fight or flight response. Fight or flight response is okay if it happens maybe once or twice a year. In that fight or flight response, we have a surge of the hormones in the body. We have an adrenaline surge, we have a surge of cortisol. There's a lot of hormones being pumped into the blood to supply the additional strength needed. The problem in our own society, where there's a lot of stress due to infrastructural challenges and also human resource challenges, is that flight or fight response is happening too often.
Too often. Now, what should be the consequences if we let it happen too often for the woman,
unfortunately,
and even for everybody else?
Unfortunately, you have risks of heart disease, high blood pressure, strokes, and this is the consequence. Diabetes, again, is another consequence on a body that has been belabored with prolonged stress.
Dr. Kudo, I love how you put it. It's wonderful. I just believe that our viewers are listening. Now, Dr. Kudo, what do you think should be considered the correlation? Maybe you've worked it out as a public health specialist. You've been obviously dealing with this aspect of the challenge, health challenge in Nigeria. What should be the correlation between national productivity and not taking vacation by not only women but by everybody?
I think there should be an inverse relationship. I think if we keep going, we burn out. If we keep going without taking rest, we eventually get to a period where there's burnout, and that is not productive ultimately. We are faced with very low life expectancy in our country. Life expectancy is in the mid-40s for men and women on average, and that is very low. In a place like Japan, the life expectancy is 80. In some parts of the US, it's as high as 75. And that is an average. So that means that you have a lot of people in the society making it to 100. So it is an average. And whereas in Nigeria, our average is in the mid-40s, mid to late 40s. And that's quite a tragedy. And part of the reason is that there's a lot of heart disease, stroke, early death as a result of heart disease and strokes and myocardial infarction, which is the heart attack. There's a lot of deaths as a result of that. There are other causes of death, obviously, you know, such as the infectious diseases, malaria, tuberculosis, HIV. There's also road traffic accidents and various forms of accidents. So there are the communicable diseases and the non-communicable diseases that cause early death in our country. But I do believe that if we had the good fortune to be able to plan our lives a bit better and take periods of rest, we will then be able to reflect on some of these issues and take a better approach to preventing some of these diseases in our lives.
Just a word of counsel from you to women who think they are taking vacation but are not actually taking vacation, like women who, you know, yes, during the summer, yes, they had out maybe toddlers along with them, and they take tickets, yes, buy tickets with their money, yes, and head off somewhere to go and stress themselves out more. Sure. But they call it vacation. Is, yes, that a vacation?
Well, I'll tell you this. I think women have to look at their own personal circumstances and, yeah, ask themselves what works for them. Yes. It's not a cookie cutter situation. Yes. It's not a one size fits all. Yeah. We have to look at each woman and say, okay, this is your personal circumstance and this is what works for you. There are women for whom it is much more beneficial to have what is called a staycation, which is you stay home and have a vacation at home.
No. What did you call it?
A staycation.
Staycation, not vacation.
Not a vacation,
but
staycation. You stay put and you enjoy your home. And there are women for whom it's much more beneficial to go somewhere. Perhaps they have a better society or a societal network or a support system where they are going. So women have to be very clear about what their support network is all about. They must identify it. They must be able to draw on it to support them. I think that's the key for every woman to be able to succeed, is to know her network, her support system, and you know, call it what it is and make good use of it.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That means you should work at it. A woman should work at it and make sure that she frees herself up.
Yes.
To be able to take a real vacation.
That's right. And
it's so salutary to her health.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for this added value to our exploration on women and vacation. You have enriched it.
Thank you.
God bless you.
And you too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, viewers, you have had it all. Taking vacation, real vacation, is very, very important. We must plan for it and have it for our own sake and for everybody's sake. Sometimes what we call vacation is not really vacation. We have to get it right. Women, avoid that dangerous syndrome of fight and flight in a prolonged situation, which can endanger your heart health. Thank you for watching. Join us again next week for another interesting episode of The Voice of Eve.